And finally tonight, it's back. I'm talking about El Nino. And weather officials say the global weather system's warm ocean temps and the devastating rains that follow may be heading toward California later this year. But that may actually be welcome news, especially for some commodities that have been hard hit by years of drought. Jane Wells has our story.
It's so dry in California, the USDA says 94% of the state's $45 billion farm economy is experiencing severe to exceptional drought. That could all change. This was 1982 when storms pummeled the West Coast in a weather pattern called El Nino, when warming water in the South Pacific travels north and leads to wetter, cooler temperatures in the U.S., drought in Australia and Asia.
It could help to alleviate California's 3-year drought, the 3.5-year drought in places like Texas, Oklahoma, and southeastern Colorado and southwestern Kansas.
It's a little early for Californians to start dusting off their umbrellas, but meteorologists put the chances of an El Nino hitting later this year at least 50%, perhaps as high as almost 70%.
If it happens, it could affect everything from copper to corn. El Nino usually means good rains for America's farms, depending on the timing, driving down corn and soybean prices. That could eventually bring down the high cost of meat as feeding livestock becomes less expensive. But in parts of the world hit by an El Nino drought, less wheat could mean more hunger, and already high cocoa and coffee prices could go higher. El Nino could even affect the price of metals.
Famously in 97, 98, I believe it was, that Peru and Ecuador had 7 years worth of rainfall confined to a 4-month period. And so these mines were flooded and hence production was cut off and prices spiked.
For the moment, however, it's all a big if. If there is an El Nino, how big will it be? 32 years ago, it caught California off guard, and stars like Lee Majors and Larry Hagman tried to lighten the mood.
By the way, your boat, I went by here the other morning.
Yes, I'm quite aware. I was going to bring it down here and leave it in front of your place.
But for those who don't like the weather right now, just wait a few months. It could change, and be careful what you wish for. For Nightly Business Report, Jane Wells, Los Angeles.